What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. Sorry I haven't posted in a few days. I got sick for the second time this month, and this time it hit me like a brick in Home Alone 2. But I'm going to push through the pain today and get out a video because we have an update on Shohei Ohtani versus his former interpreter Ippei, because we have actual recordings of him committing bank fraud, impersonating Shohei Ohtani. I put those in air quotes because it was the worst impersonation I've ever seen. He wasn't even trying to not sound like Ippei. We also have updates on Jurickson Profar. He has found himself a brand new team. Padres fans, I'm sending you guys a virtual hug. That is a big time loss. Tim Anderson, he is going to the West Coast to try and save his career. And the Dodgers, they made yet another move that is making fans across baseball roll their eyes. Another big time free agent is going to LA. So without further ado, let's go ahead and play the audio recording of Ippei calling the bank and asking for $200,000 to be sent to a payee, which was himself, but he was pretending to be Shohei Ohtani. If you still think that he is the fall guy and that Shohei was the gambler, you lack brain cells.
Who am I speaking with?
Shohei Ohtani.
Thank you. How may I help you?
So I tried to log in to online banking, and it told me that it's not available to me at this time. And I need a call.
What is the reason for this transaction?
For a car loan?
Okay. You said it's for a car loan?
Yeah.
What even was that accent? Ippei, my man, you didn't even try. And honestly, if you still think that Shohei was the guy that gambled and spent almost $17 million, you need to stop sniffing Sharpies because I'm worried about you. The Dodgers picked up yet another superstar free agent, but I'm going to talk about that later on in the video because I haven't been able to talk about Ichiro, CC Sabathia, and Billy Wagner being inducted into the Hall of Fame. I'm going to do that real quick. Who didn't vote for Ichiro? Please show yourself. We cannot keep letting these guys get away with voting anonymously. The guy who didn't vote for Jeter, we still don't know who that is. And now we don't know who this Ichiro idiot is. Okay, I mean, it's getting personal. But again, congratulations to Ichiro, CC Sabathia, and Billy Wagner. By the way, CC keeps making these jokes about Ichiro stealing his Rookie of the Year. CC, buddy, you had a 4.4 ERA as a rookie. He didn't steal anything. Also, super happy for Billy Wagner, one of the nastiest pitchers we've ever seen. And here's an update on who are the first-time candidates going into 2026. I don't see a single Hall of Famer. Maybe Cole Hamels, maybe Ryan Braun. If he wasn't one of the worst humans of all time, it's not going to be Ryan Braun. But Cole Hamels, that's about it, maybe. We have an update on Anthony Santander and his contract with the Blue Jays because we know that Anthony Santander signed for about $92 to $95 million, and I reported that he was going to be deferring about $30 million. Well, I was wrong. He is deferring $61 million over 2/3 of that contract. And again, this is the same thing that the Dodgers have used to destroy the game of baseball, but it's not just Anthony Santander who has deferred $60 million. I didn't know that Corbin Burns also deferred $60 million in his new contract with the Diamondbacks. So again, everyone uses deferrals. I know I'm going to sound like that annoying Dodgers shill, but I guess the biggest reason why I'm bringing this up actually is to comment on the Orioles. Like, what are the Orioles doing? You're telling me you couldn't pay Anthony Santander and Corbin Burns a combined like $30 to $34 million for 2025 and just really go for it with some fan favorite players and your new shiny ace that you traded for? You couldn't have done that? You couldn't have used deferrals as well? No, because you're afraid of having a Chris Davis 2.0 situation. The PTSD is just far too great, and Mike Elias just does not want to embarrass himself again. Actually, let me correct the record. Mike Elias did not give Chris Davis that contract with deferrals, but he just doesn't want that to happen again. And he's not really signing anyone, so maybe he just doesn't want to look stupid in general. The Orioles are not the only team that's been confusing me this offseason. The San Diego Padres are having an offseason, I mean, just from hell. And I do want to be transparent and say that AJ Preller, the GM of the Padres, probably wants to bring back Jurickson Profar, but the Braves just pried away. I can't even really say pried away or stole Jurickson Profar because it's a 3-year, $42 million contract. He's going to be making I'm actually lying. He's going to be making $12 million in 2025 and then $15 the next 2 years. So let me rephrase that. The Braves got a steal. They did not steal Jurickson Profar. It's just the front office situation right now between Peter Seidler's wife and his brothers just seems to be untenable for incoming free agents. And maybe Roki Sasaki, I don't know if he threw shade exactly, but he complimented the LA Dodgers front office, and a lot of Padres fans took offense to it, like, hey, buddy, we get it. You didn't choose us. You don't have to throw dirt back in our face. Now, personally, I don't think that was the case. I think that you can say that after the Dodgers have signed basically everyone, and they just won the World Series and put $100 million into rebuilding their clubhouse. Their front office is the best in baseball. It's not a crime to say that. Now, before we talk about what the Padres are going to look like without Profar, let's take a look at what the Braves are going to be with Profar, who hit 280 with 24 home runs and a near 140 OPS plus last year. Now, the thing to remember about Profar is he's only really been good in a Padres uniform, but if he does show up as Padres Profar in the same lineup as Ronald Acuna Jr., and I bring him up because we have new videos of him taking strides in his recovery. He is running in the outfield. It's probably 80%, so I don't know if he's going to be ready by opening day. He's for sure not going to be ready by opening day, but if he's ready by May, you can go Ronald, Albies, Ozuna, Olsen, Riley, Profar, Sean Murphy. That is a 1 through 7 for the ages. Spencer Strider is also reportedly going to approach spring training as if he was normal. He's not going to be ready for opening day, but that's a great sign. Spencer Strider and Ronald Acuna Jr. are big reasons why the Braves haven't done a lot of soul searching this offseason. It's because they trust in the process and that these guys are going to be back sooner than everyone thought. Yo, if you guys have not hit that subscribe button yet, please. I'm getting cooked right now. What we got next? All right. Padres without Profar. Here we go. Jurickson was a fantastic lineup balancer, and I'm hoping that they can balance it out with a Ha-Sung Kim re-signing, or maybe it's a breakout from a guy like Luis Campusano. We saw a lot of promise from him before he really stunk it up in 2024. The Padres can still go Luis Ariz, Fernando Tatis Jr., who looked like a superstar again in the playoffs, Jackson Merrill, who was a top Rookie of the Year guy, Manny Machado, Bogarts, Cronenworth, Campusano again if he breaks out. Something like that, still pretty good. So again, bring back Kim, maybe bring in a veteran like Harrison Bader and only have him play against lefties. Maybe give JD Martinez a flyer. But the whole situation behind the scenes with the front office, who is going to be the control person, that has to get settled, because I feel terrible for the fan base and for AJ Preller and for Peter Seiler. This was not supposed to happen. Two signings coming out from LA. First, the LA Angels, which doesn't make any sense, and then the LA Dodgers. Tim Anderson, TA7, he's trying to pull a Jurickson Profar. We know that Profar saved his career by going to the West Coast, joining the Padres. Tim Anderson is trying to do the same thing with the Angels, and the infielder guru, as some people call him, Ron Washington. Tim has 1 home run and a 51 OPS plus while hitting 230 his last 188 games. Just crazy, because he basically hit 320 from 2019 to 2022. He was a batting champion. He was one of the best contact guys we've seen in quite some time, and now he can barely even find a job. From one LA team to another, the Dodgers are making eyes roll again. They recently picked up the 38-year-old Kirby Yates, who honestly was a top 2 reliever last year, a 1.1 ERA with 33 saves and a 12.5 strikeouts per 9. Those are insane numbers. Now, for me, the biggest reason why they picked up Kirby Yates is not because they wanted him per se. Maybe they did, but Michael Kopech, he's going to be missing some time with inflammation in that elbow, and if we know anything about inflammation and elbow, it can get bad in a hurry. It might start off as a precaution to go get someone else, and then all of a sudden it's like, yo, this guy needs surgery. So praying that Kopech is going to be fine, because when he joined the Dodgers, he became a completely different human. It's not that they fixed his command 100%, but they dropped his walk rate significantly, and if he can keep that up and stay healthy, man, the Dodgers they do everything right. They take players that have fizzled out and maybe people are going to give up on him, like the White Sox, and then they turn them back into studs. Jason Hayward a few years ago, they take misfits and they turn them into stars. And last but not least, if you guys thought I was sick, you know who else is pretty sick? Sick in the head? MLB Network. I love you guys. Don't take this to heart, but ranking Bobby Witt Jr. as the number 4 shortstop in all of baseball going into 2025, the Shredder shred itself. Why are we lying to baseball fans? We have new fans coming to watch MLB Network on a daily basis, and we're calling a top 5 player in baseball the 4th best at his own position. Come on, guys, let's get that fixed. I wanted to bring that up real quick because honestly, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. That made me feel better knowing that I'm also not the only one sick. But all jokes aside, I thank you guys for bearing with me. I know it's been a weird month. I haven't been sick twice in 1 month in my entire life ever, so it's been strange. I got to get back in better shape, because they're not wrong. The older you get, the more aware you have to be of your health, and I haven't been doing that, so it's a good reset and also a good reminder. It's going to catch up to you guys eventually, so reset the clock now.